Hello guys and welcome to today's video in processing. Today we are going to be taking a look at something called interpolation. Interpolation is what many drawing applications use to control the sensitivity of the mouse, and I will show you how to recreate that in processing. So first, again, we need our two basic functions, void setup and void draw. And again, we will be using a circle to simulate this. Then we need a few variables. The first one will be x circle equals, yeah, we'll just do that for now. Int y circle. So what this will do is that we'll just, because again, we need to move the circle. So we need two variables stating the x value of the circle and the y value of the circle. Then we just need one very easy line here, size. Here we go. For all those who have been following this series, you should understand what size does by now. But if you don't, size basically defines how large the screen is going to be. So this means 800 pixels by 600 pixels, right? So what we're going to do next is that we're going to create the formula, and then we're going to use two lerp functions. lerp is basically an advanced processing rounding system. And I will tell you the parameters and the parameter documentation in just a minute. I just need two other variables. Wait, no, I don't need two other variables. Yeah. Okay, so the first two float parameters will basically define the range of it will define the range of every single, like it will define the range of the estimation, right? So let's make this x circle, and because lerp will basically choose how we move the circle, so lerp, there we go. And then first parameter x circle, second parameter mouse x, third parameter 0.01 mismatch. Okay, I'll go back and fix that later really quick. Yeah. Okay, I'll just fix that after I just do this. Okay. And then what we need to do is, I think we need to do float. There we go. Okay. So these two lines will basically tell the code that the new value of x and y of the circle will be a specific number between the old value of x circle and mouse x, which is where our mouse is right now. And this is so first of all, if we do mouse x minus x circle, we will get the distance of x between the mouse and the circle. And if we do mouse y minus y circle, we will get the distance between the y value and the y value of the circle, right? And then if we do both of these, then we can get the average distance between the cursor and the circle. And then once we get that range, now we can use the last parameter to basically define the sensitivity. This parameter is supposed to be in between 0 and 1. The higher the number, the more sensitive the program will get to your mouse movements, and of course the degree of interpolation will be higher. But right now we're doing 0.01 because we want to really emphasize on the technique here. So once we have that done, we just need to draw a circle, x circle, y circle, 40, so this is like movement, because we're changing x and y circle constantly, and this is the radius of the circle. Then we'll need to do something, basic background. I'll go with a 102 for y, and then fill 225. So yep, there we go. And as you can see, as I've moved my mouse around, the the white circle in the middle will follow my mouse, but very slowly. And as it gets closer to the mouse, it will slow down until it's finally, on the mouse, right? And this basically is what those art tools use to do curve flattening and line flattening. If any of you draw, you might notice that, you know, there's a function in some art programs that if you turn on, it will basically allow the line to trail behind the cursor for a bit, and that will produce smoother lines. And this is what this interpolation factor will do. As you can see, if we change this to 0.99, right, what'll happen is that the circle will almost be sticking to the mouse, as you can see here. And artists use interpolation to create smoother lines. So I know I've already said this before, but if we just do that, we can see why interpolation is important, right? So if we just do background here, and then what this will do is that it will create a sort of, no stroke. Okay, so what this will do is that it will create a line, and then it will tell you like why interpolation is important. Okay, we'll do a 20 here so we can see it better. Stroke. Right, so let's load up and let's try to do a straight line, okay? So using a mouse, you can see that this sort of thing happens, right? And there is a bit of curve in it. And if we just do no stroke, I don't know why I did stroke. No stroke, there we go. So if we try to draw a completely straight line, we can see that there's still some bends, there's still some unclean parts, right? So if we just try to draw a line here, as I'm focusing, I saw this very shaky line, all humans can't get a perfect line done, right? So we have this very shaky line, as you can see. It almost looks like a line, but it's not perfect. But if we turn on interpolation to a high degree, example 0.01, we find that our line is very, very straight, as you can see here. There's only a bit of curve, and that's due to inevitable human error. As you can see, if we move this mouse in very fast, it will create a perfect line on the canvas. So this is basically why interpolation is important. It creates a very good line without actually having to use a line function. As you can see here, all these are perfect lines. They're very smooth, and that's because with a higher degree of interpolation, the line will follow the mouse better. And this is so here we have a simulation of, first of all, why interpolation is important, how to do interpolation in processing, and why it's important for people. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like below and subscribe. Comment down what you want to see next. Probably in my next few videos, I'm going to do some more math stuff. For example, Perlin noise. As a quick taste, Perlin noise is what Minecraft uses to make its random seed generation. And then I may do some other more difficult mathematical functions after this. For example, p-vectors, which is an important thing. As you know, in my first video, I did a bouncing ball animation using p-vectors. It can simulate density in objects, and p-vectors can also simulate a more gravitational version of the bouncing ball with friction and air resistance. So with that said, I just want to thank my friend Photo Roblox. His channel is really good. You should go check out his channel. I will post a link in the description. Please subscribe to his channel. It'll mean a lot for both of us, actually, because I'm friends with him. He makes almost daily gaming content. So please go check out his channel. Subscribe to both of our channels, and have a